Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Golden Bachelorette. I'm shocked that Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple are still together. Was I wrong about their showmance? When Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple got engaged at the end of The Golden Bachelorette, I was convinced that they wouldn't last. My cynical outlook was influenced by the stunning failure of the first Golden Bachelor couple. 72-year-old Jerry Turner and 70-year-old Theresa Nist got married after the Golden Bachelor Season 1, but their marriage only lasted for 3 months. I was sure that 61-year-old Joan and 60-year-old Chock were doomed to the same fate. But maybe I wasn't being fair to Joan and Chock. Perhaps I needed to see past the precedent set by Jerry and Theresa. Joan, a private school administrator from Maryland, made her television debut during the Golden Bachelor Season 1, but things didn't work out between her and Jerry. She was cast as the Golden Bachelorette and kicked off the spin-off's inaugural season by greeting 24 single golden men from all over the United States. When all was said and done, Joan gave her final rose to Chock, and he promptly slipped a diamond engagement ring on her finger. I was initially convinced that Joan and Chock were in a completely manufactured showmance, but I'm starting to change my cynical mind. When Jerry and Theresa got engaged during the Golden Bachelor Season 1 finale, I was convinced they'd be together forever. Like many viewers, I got carried away by the show's premise. It was the first unscripted dating show to focus on the love lives of senior citizens, and I loved the idea of seeing widowers and divorcees find another chance at love. I was one of millions of viewers who tuned in when ABC aired the star-studded Golden Bachelor wedding. Jerry and Theresa had the whole world rooting for them. With the wedding coming so quickly on the heels of the engagement, I was definitely concerned that Jerry and Theresa were rushing into things, but I wanted to believe otherwise. When Jerry and Theresa announced their divorce, I was disappointed, but I wasn't surprised. The truth is, being disappointed by Jerry and Theresa has made me less likely to believe that Joan and Chock truly fell in love during the Golden Bachelorette Season 1. That being said, unlike Jerry and Theresa, Joan and Chock won't rush into anything, which makes me think I could be wrong about them. Since leaving the iconic Bachelor Mansion, Joan and Chock have appeared to be blissfully happy. It's nice to see, especially considering how much they've both been through over the years. Before appearing in The Golden Bachelor, Joan was married to Joan Vassos for 32 years before he passed away in 2021. Before Chock joined the cast of The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, he was engaged to Catherine Gorey for 9 years, until she passed in 2022. On top of losing his fiancée, Chock lost his mother while filming the show. He had to leave the Golden Bachelorette Season 1 to go be with his family. Though it was unclear if he'd return, Chock came back by the end of the very same episode. Seeing how deeply devoted Chock was to Joan went a long way towards changing my mind about their relationship. Seeing how happy they've been since leaving the show is what really convinced me that they're a much better couple than Jerry and Theresa ever were. After getting engaged on the Golden Bachelorette Season 1 finale, Joan and Chock gave an interview to Life and Style, where they made it clear that they were in no rush to get married. Since they were strangers before meeting on the Golden Bachelorette, they wanted to take their time getting to know each other. They're being far more careful and intentional than Jerry and Theresa ever were, which is such a good sign. Though many fans are clamoring for another Bachelor wedding, I strongly believe that Joan and Chock are actually doing the right thing by waiting. When Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple first locked eyes on the Golden Bachelorette, it was like watching a scene from a classic romance film. Joan, elegant, witty, and undeniably charismatic, radiated a timeless charm that made her the darling of the show. Chock, with his rugged good looks, southern drawl, and penchant for quoting old love songs, seemed like the perfect match for her. But while the sparks were undeniable, there was something about their connection that didn't sit right with me. Was it too perfect? Too rehearsed? Like many fans, I couldn't shake the suspicion that their relationship was more showmance than romance. Yet here we are, months after the cameras stopped rolling, and Joan and Chock are still together. Not only are they together, but they're thriving, flaunting their love on social media and in interviews like two teenagers who just discovered the thrill of a first crush. To say I'm shocked would be an understatement. Was I wrong about their showmance? Let's take a closer look. The birth of a showmance. When Joan handed Chock her first rose, it wasn't a shock. The two had undeniable chemistry during their one-on-one date, a moonlit picnic complete with a surprise serenade from Chock. But as the season progressed, their relationship felt increasingly calculated. Every interaction between them seemed perfectly timed for maximum screen impact. Take, for instance, their infamous second date, a spontaneous dance-off in the middle of a farmer's market. Sure, it was adorable, but who just happens to have a portable speaker and a choreographed routine ready to go? Then there was Chock's over-the-top grand gesture, a handwritten love letter delivered via carrier pigeon. Romantic. Absolutely. Authentic? I wasn't so sure. It felt more like something a producer dreamed up for ratings than a genuine expression of affection. My skepticism only deepened when the other contestants began whispering about Joan and Chock's alleged pre-show pact. Rumor had it that the two had met briefly at a charity event months before filming and agreed to stick together for the sake of the cameras. While both denied the allegations, the whispers cast a shadow over their budding romance, a love that defied expectations. Despite my doubts, Joan and Chock continued to defy the odds. When the final rose ceremony arrived, Joan's decision to choose Chock over the fan favorite Jordan Heller left Bachelor Nation divided. Some cheered for their love story. Others, myself included, rolled their eyes, convinced it wouldn't last beyond the finale. But here's the thing. Joan and Chock didn't just survive the post-show media blitz, they thrived. From heartfelt Instagram posts to joint appearances on morning talk shows, the couple seemed genuinely smitten. They even embarked on a cross-country road trip, documenting every quirky pit stop and heartwarming moment along the way. Suddenly, their love didn't seem so scripted after all. Behind the scenes, what changed? So, what happened? How did a relationship that many, myself included, dismissed as a showmance turn into something real? The answer, it seems, lies in the couple's willingness to embrace vulnerability. In a candid interview with People, Joan revealed that she and Chock faced significant challenges after the show. The cameras stop rolling, and you're left with the reality of who you are as people, she said. We had to strip away the fairy tale and figure out if we really wanted to build a life together. Chock echoed her sentiments, admitting that their post-show journey wasn't always smooth. We fought. A lot. We had to unlearn all the habits we picked up while trying to look perfect on TV. But once we stopped performing for the world and started being honest with each other, everything changed. Love in the real world. One of the most surprising aspects of Joan and Chock's relationship is how seamlessly they've blended their lives. Joan, a retired architect with a passion for watercolor painting, has found joy in Chock's simpler, outdoorsy lifestyle. Meanwhile, Chock, a retired firefighter turned hobby farmer, has embraced Joan's love for art and culture. Their social media accounts paint a picture of a couple deeply in love. Joan frequently shares snapshots of Chock tending to his beloved chickens, while Chock gushes about Joan's latest watercolor masterpiece. They've even started a joint YouTube channel, where they share everything from cooking tutorials to heartfelt Q&A sessions about their relationship. But perhaps the most telling sign of their authenticity is their willingness to address their skeptics head-on. In one particularly memorable video, Joan and Chock sat down to read mean tweets about their relationship. Instead of getting defensive, they laughed, joked, and even agreed with some of the criticisms. "We get it," Joan said. "We were a little extra on the show, but we're not trying to prove anything anymore. We're just being us."